Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Okay, this is kind of weird, isn't it? This is just the voice only, not in front of the camera or anything. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. I just am, but yeah. Right. I was actually just it's quite late right now. I was trying to sleep there, and this subject just popped into my head, and it's like, wow, I literally cannot sleep because this is making me so mad. Fuck it, I'm going to open up Sony Vegas and I'm going to rant about it, hopefully not waking up any of my relatives. But yeah, right, the topic that we're going to talk about is this Ace Attorney 5 fiasco, right? Right, Ace Attorney 5 is set to come out by the end of this year as a digital only release on the Nintendo eShop. Now, I fucking love Ace Attorney. You guys know this, I've done so many videos on Ace Attorney at this point, and I've talked about it so much, right? It is a series that is like, changed my life, right? I'm perfectly okay in saying that, right? I adore it to absolute death, makes me so happy just thinking about those games, right? Now, I made a video about this a few weeks ago. There was a little fan campaign launched to get a physical release of Ace Attorney 5 to be released outside Japan. Now, I've kind of been a broken record when it comes to things like this, but this is genuinely something that I really, really want to, spread and talk about and let all my feelings out about it, right? I want a physical release. I really, really do want a physical release. And what's his name? Chris Svensson, that's it. He was one of the spokespersons at Capcom. Apparently, he's very involved with the fans and all that. He's a pretty good PR manager, I think that was his role for Capcom, Everybody apparently likes him. And he told fans to say, you guys want a physical release of Ace Attorney 5? Let Capcom know. Tweet about them. Just get into contact with them any way you can. Let them know, and maybe it'll happen. He didn't guarantee anything. He was just giving us like a sliver of hope, something to hold on to in the hope of getting a physical release. And you know what? Mega props to him for doing that, because that was kind of sort of going against his own company there. But he was taking a risk because he was that connected with the fans, and he knows that we all wanted a physical release so badly. So he was willing to do that. Mega thumbs up for him. Capcom fires him. Okay. Little clarification there. Right. He apparently volunteered to leave Capcom, right, at the time all this was going on, okay? And he posted a little thing on his Facebook saying that anyone that knows him knows he's been willing to leave for a while, and that he thanks all the fans and all that, and the company for supporting him and all that. But the way I see it, this is definitely a friggin' stop to the hopes of getting a physical release of Ace Attorney 5 now, okay? And I feel so bad for Mr. Svensson on this, okay? He must have taken so much shit off of fans, over the years because of all the bullshit that Capcom fucking does, Capcom are so shit the new, okay? They are a terrible ass company, right? They are the EA of Japan, easily. They cheat the gamers, they're greedy, they're stupid, it feels so good to rant about this, right? But, yeah, Capcom as a company, to me, I'm actually not that fussed about them. As far as their franchises go anyway, right? You've got Resident Evil, which I enjoyed when I was younger, but the newest one is shit. They've ignored Mega Man. I'm not that into Monster Hunter. I'm not that into fighting games. I would have picked up the new Devil May Cry, but the absolute middle finger that they gave fans of... I actually don't want to be redundant about this. I don't want to just give you a big list of all the bullshit that Capcom has done over the years, because we would be here all fucking nights talking about that, You can easily look this shit up, all the fuck-ups that Capcom has done over the years. There's so much. There's so fucking much, and this Ace Attorney 5 digital release is just one of their latest, frankly. Okay, so yeah, as far as their franchises go, Ace Attorney, in all honesty, is the only one that I'm very, very attached to. And I don't just mean my favourite from Capcom. I mean one of my favourites in gaming in general, okay? I already talked about how big of an impact that game had on me, right? And all the games have just been so freaking good, And apparently, according to VG charts, they've all sold pretty damn well as well, with Trials and Tribulations doing especially well because I believe I saw an article not long ago, or some friends told me about it, that pre-orders for Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, which was the third one, actually doubled in pre-orders over the second one. So obviously the games are doing well, you know? Apparently, the last game to be released in English, which was Ace Attorney Investigations for the DS, which was a spin-off of sorts, apparently that didn't do as well, but it wasn't like a major catastrophe or anything. It still sold, it just didn't do as well. And there's a number of reasons for this. One, as I said, it was a spin-off, and spin-offs, kind of by convention, don't really necessarily sell as well as the main series. That, and it was quite relatively late in the DS's lifespan, so obviously the sales are kind of going to fluctuate to be a bit lower, and Capcom's not going to see as much. But again, there was still obviously a dedicated fan base that did buy it, and yeah. But Capcom's like, the game did abysmally. We're not releasing any more games. Why didn't you buy it? They're fucking, wiping their eyes with 10,000 yen bills, fucking. But yeah, as a result, we never got Ace Attorney Investigations 2, which, there's a fan translation of that going on, and guys, please do whatever you can to support that, because Capcom's no gonna give a shit if for you. They don't want you to play that game. Oh, they don't. No, the fans, they will help you out with that shit. So, but yeah. Then, along with that game, there's Ace Attorney 5, and there's the crossover game, which I will actually talk about the crossover game in a bit. All I'll say right now is I really want that game, But Ace Attorney 5, right? Look, this is actually gets so annoying, right? I've had people that I've spoken to, right, and I say, oh, I really, really want a physical release of Ace Attorney 5, and some people will just shrug it off. It's like, what do you want a physical release for? Just download it. It's easy. And I'm just like, look, I could sit here and go on about, wanting physical ownership. I want to just, as an owner of a product, I want to feel fulfilled, and all that bollocks. But really all it just comes down to is, I want the physical release. What's so wrong about that, I mean, let me give you the most extreme example here, right? Now, as I said, the Ace Attorney games really affected me deeply, I think I'm gonna be, really old and still periodically play these games throughout my life. So let's just say I'm 70-year-old. I'm sitting in my house, I'm a pensioner, I'm all alone, I'm getting all depressed. I feel like playing the Ace Attorney games again. So I'll whap out my DS, wipe all the dust off it, and I go find my physical releases and I play them, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But then I want to play Ace Attorney 5, so I'll whap out my 3DS, and then I see, oh, seems my 3DS is broken. Oh, shit. So I go on Cyber eBay, which will maybe still be about in 70 years, but and I order myself a new 3DS, but the eShop has been discontinued and there's no way for me to download the game anymore, I can never own that game ever again, or even before I'm 70, if I happen to lose my 3DS or something, and the eShop gets discontinued, frankly, that game's lost to time, there's no way to play it ever again. And the fact that it's been released in Japan as a physical release, by the way, I don't know if this has been taken back or not, but apparently the game is going to be physical only in Japan and digital only outside Japan. So yeah, Capcom's trying to tout that they want to bring it to the widest range of audience possible, but they're doing it like that. Yeah, makes absolutely no fucking sense, And just the fact that they're choosing not to give us a physical release kind of shows a discrimination towards regions right there, right? That is something I am definitely against, whenever I go on about region locking and stuff like that, that's the main issue that riles me right there, okay? The fact that game companies feel content in treating different regions, differently, whether it be better or, more poorly. It makes me so mad that stuff like that happens, and physical release, again, I just want it, and it saddens me that, with all the bullshit Capcom has done over the years, they've applied their own bullshit to Ace Attorney 5 now by making it digital only, and I want to play the game so badly, but at the same time I don't want to give Capcom any of my money, I truly believe in speaking with my wallet, If there's something I don't like, I don't fucking, I don't fucking buy it, But this is the only way I can play this game. One of my favourite franchises ever. And I've got to support. It's impossible for me to not play it and not support Capcom at the same time. You know what I mean? And it annoys me. And it's like they're just being so greedy about this. I mean, you get it when a Call of Duty game comes out every year. You know, I've not played a Call of Duty game since 2007, by the way, because they were kind of all the same thing. And again, speaking with my wallet, but mind you, my wallet's kind of a tiny speck of dust compared to the numbers that Call of Duty does. But anyway, you know, folk will boycott about Call of Duty and all that, and 2 days after the game comes out, they'll be playing it and they'll be saying they just want to play with their friends, blah blah blah. You know, and maybe you could compare that to this, but it's not. You know, this, like, you know, me wanting to give Capcom my money to play this game isn't me willingly supporting a bad business practice. It's because it's fucking Ace Attorney. I can't say it enough. It is just, I just want to play it. Okay, I'm going around in circles now at this point. I just want to play Ace Attorney. Now, back to that Ace Attorney versus Professor Layton that I was talking about earlier. Now, that game's not been planned at all for localization, right? Now, it was published by Level 5 in Japan, okay? Level 5 don't publish games outside of, you know, Japan. They usually get another bigger publisher to do that for them, like Ni no Kuni, that was published by Namco Bandai. The Professor Layton games, they were published by Nintendo. The Dark Cloud games and the White Knight Chronicle games, they were published by Sony. So they clearly have big friends, you know. There's a lot of publishers willing to publish their stuff. And in regards to this crossover game, it's either going to be Capcom or Nintendo, okay? But the thing is, if Nintendo was to pick up the rights to that and publish it outside Japan, they'd guarantee us a physical copy, you know? They're obviously not just going to make it digital only, because that's Nintendo's business practice, you know, we release both digital and physical at the same time so that the widest number of people can enjoy it. But I can easily, I don't have any proof on this, but I can easily just imagine those higher-ups at Capcom, you know, thinking to themselves, we're not letting the game be localized. You know, they're the ones holding it back. This is what I believe. Again, I have no evidence. I can just give you my speculation. But I can just imagine them thinking, we're not allowing this game to be localized because it'll take emphasis off of Ace Attorney 5. You know? They don't want this game to come out too close to their own game, Ace Attorney 5, because they fear it'll hinder sales because folk will go for that anyway. Now, there's a lot of holes in that, and again, it's not, I can't prove it, so I'll just end it there. But yeah, it's just really, really easy to imagine them being that greedy, you know? So, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this little rant. My god, it was pretty long. Basically, I will be buying this when it's released on the eShop, but god damn it, am I just gonna hate it so badly, you know, handing Capcom over the money to play the game. And yeah, that's all I got to say. I should end this now. Tell me what you guys think, you know, like about the whole Chris Svensson thing, your thoughts on Capcom and localizing the game, whether it's digital only and all that. Just let me know what you think, you know. That's that, guys. See you after. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.